So I remember the timing. He was there. So when we were first married in Winston, Virginia, then he graduated and stayed for that. And then we moved. He wanted to get his master's at Boston University, or he got his master's at VPR, and he wanted to get his PhD. So he applied to Boston University and got in. And then I applied, and Saul Bernstein was adorable. He was married to Rose Bernstein. Saul, the Bernsteins were on Sydney's side, very old professors, and he was the head of the group therapy program, and that's what I wanted. So I had an interview with the group, and it was very good, because I had already had classes at Columbia, so I went to BU, and he got his PhD, and the only bad part was when he went to Johns Hopkins. They had a scholarship to teach.
Wait, we got a whole Boston to do first. But first you moved to Boston.
First we moved to Boston. And I'm trying
Where'd
to
you
think
live?
when I got pregnant with you.
Where did you
Were
live?
you born in Boston? So with you, you're not going to believe it. It's ordained. There was another couple, I don't remember who it was now, Joan and Lynn, and they said we had like a weekend for vacation. We looked on the map, we said, where are we pointing our finger? Bangor, Maine. So we went. And then we went into the woods where they had cabins for rent. That's where I got pregnant for you. And we went through the town for coffee stop. Who would live here? You have to be out of your tree. My poor thing, poor people, never been to a Broadway show. And we tucked that in and went to Boston, and I was pregnant. Beth Israel was a very good hospital for pregnancy. They had a good, whatever you call it, department. They kept you there a week. You were in bed. They gave you a little bed jacket. It was the same time that Grace Kelly was having her first child, and Filene's had copies of all her dresses, and her $1,000 dresses, a black velvet one for $50. So I had her. And then when you were born, everyone from Bob's department came to see you. His boss, Mike Harris, and he was from England. He was so nice, but she couldn't have babies. The cervix, just near the end, the cervix would open. They tried a new procedure of stitching and closing. But anyway, so he just looked at you like you were Jesus Christ. And you were Jesus Christ. And then I was involved. Then my job, I was very good. I was brilliant. I mean, I did very well with difficulty. And so we had a party, a woman, Dr. Haverstock from Switzerland was coming. We went in a party at someone's house to meet her, and we brought you in a basket, in a bag. What do you call them?
Bassinet?
Where you carry the baby in like a car seat. And we were studying ego. You know what that is. She said, you want to see ego? I'll show you ego. Let's go see Edna's baby. So you were in this car thing. And you were so cute. You were laughing. pushing her hands around. And she said, now that's the ego. This part's the ego. We found the ego. The trust. She has trust. She's not afraid of people. And she'll try new things and so on. Once and then later on when you were about 3 or 2, couldn't get a sitter, so I brought you to work. And Dr. Hutchison, you said, let her play by the sink, and we'll have the conference. And so you were by the sink, and you filled the thing with water, and you emptied it, and you filled it again, and you emptied it. It was so good. And he said, now that's obsessive compulsive behavior. Whatever you did, he said, let's put our concentration on Jane and see how things started. That was 58, so it was no 59, so it's different now. So then, it's true what you said. Everything was really good till he was bad with Stephen.
I didn't say that, but you can still tell the story. That's not something I said, but if it's true, it's true. Then what happened? Then Stephen was born in Boston.
Stephen was born in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean you can still tell that story?
Well, you said I'm right. Anyway, you tell the story.
So
You're basing it
Stephen,
on. Go ahead.
he was very mechanical. He liked riding a bicycle.
But first
One
he was
day-
just born.
Huh?
First he was just born. We're still in Boston. He's not riding a bicycle. He was only
He
2 when
was
we
just-
left.
He was so cute. He would go to sleep all night, and it was about 1, maybe 2. And around a certain time, like 7 o'clock, he'd climb out of his crib and walk around Chinkopin Parkway, which was like you go down the street, then behind it.
So now we're in Baltimore. How did we get to Baltimore?
That was his first job. Mike Harris knew Bowen, Dr. Bowen, who was responsible for finding the cure to polio with Dr. Enders. And it's kind of a sad story. It's sad and stupid. It was anatomy, teaching anatomy now. I mean, that's tough stuff. And he, like you cut the body, it's all black. I'm not scared of it anymore. And, teach the different function. So he didn't know how to do it. He didn't tell me that, but I wouldn't know how to do it. And so he never told me, but I think the students went to Bodie and complained that he didn't teach good. So that I just inferred. It's not a fact. The fact is Bodie appeared in his class one day, and his Leo said, what are you doing here? I mean, this internationally famous man who saved half the world. He said, I'm here just to watch you, to just observe how you teach. He said, when you do that, you have to tell me in advance. It was weird. I don't know what that's about. Maybe you do. You know him. You should tell me. Yeah, so you'll be prepared, right? Well, I'm here. No, I don't know. I added that. I'm here because I got complaints. I added that.
You added that too? Was that all? You added all
I
those
added the
things?
story. Now, why would I do
What
that?
part did you add? What part? Anyway, then what happened?
I added the part that the students complained
I
that
see.
I would complain. So they fired him. They told him he had to go. It was the end. It was actually it was a postdoctorate fellowship, and they let him finish it. And mostly they keep you. And he had.
And by then you had one more kid. You had another child.
I had Stephen.
And Laura.
Where did I get? We were in Boston. Where?
Johns Hopkins was in Baltimore.
His first job was in Boston, in Baltimore, and I didn't have any children. And then
You had 2 children in Boston,
I'm
then you
trying
moved
to
to
think how
Baltimore.
he got the job in Boston.
Baltimore was the anatomy job?
What, honey?
That was the anatomy job, was Baltimore?
No, in Baltimore. In Baltimore, went to medical schools and teaching anatomy, physiology, real medical stuff.
Yeah.
But you really should be like a biology major. And then from Boston, I tell people I've been to New York, Boston, Baltimore, Philadelphia. So Boston came before Baltimore, right? That's where we got our degree.
Yeah.
Then he got that. But I'm trying to think, somebody helped him found the next job in Philadelphia.
Meanwhile, you had another baby. That's where you had Laura, Baltimore.
Yeah. I don't remember the details of all
You don't have
these
to.
things.
You don't have to remember anything. Wait,